each week I get dozens, if not more, query letters and submissions. So here are a couple things that make me request a full manuscript when I'm reading query letters and when I'm reading sample pages. So my first line of defense is the query letter. I love query letters that lead with tension rather than with information. So for me, that's the hook, the synopsis. Some agents have said that they really like when it's first, just the meat and potatoes, the word count, the genre, the comparables. I do think that sets the stage for like if it's going to fit in today's market, but I also think the story and the author are just as important as that stuff. And it really is a great way to catch, a reader, an agent's attention when they're reading and opening the emails. So I'm first looking for authors who are communicating confidently, who are communicating with a personal tone as well as professional. It's really nice if someone knows their craft, that they've written, a synopsis that is really featuring the protagonist and their character arc. The comparables aren't just like genre generic comparables, but really give me a sense of why that is such a good comparable. And also you can use TV shows and you can use movies as well as books. And then a little bit about the author. It's nice to have some personality show through. Don't think that it has to be personality-less at all. And then from there, if I'm interested in the synopsis and the author, I am reading the sample chapters, the sample 10 pages that I've asked for. And again, good writing really stands out. You want to open your book with things that, like aren't the weather or too much world building too fast. So from those sample pages, you're really reading at this point as an agent, as a reader. So a reader is going to love this story. I know that from your query letter, I can sell this story and you seem, like you'd be good to work with. But now when I read it, what is a reader's first impression? So I try to go into the mind of a reader, which I am, of course, but an everyday reader who's picking up this book and all of that. So that is how I go through my query letters. What makes me submit to ask for a full manuscript request is being interested in the query, loving the first 10 pages, and then reaching back out to the author. And usually in between finishing the book and starting the book, I schedule an author Zoom so I can get to know them a little bit better. Because like I've said in other videos, and I'm sure you've seen in other places, it's such a intimate partnership working with an author, and submissions can take a while, and paperwork and contracts can take a while, and going from getting option to actually adapted into production can take a while. So you do a lot of work together. And you really want to make sure that you have like such a great personal connection with your authors and that you enjoy working together, because so much of the job is just game planning and staying in touch and deciding on what's next together, and reading and writing. And so, that personal connection is really important as well.